Talking about an interim setup. What kind of interim setup will this be?
Well, it should be an interim setup of national consensus where all political parties have a say to supervise the next elections. Right now, there's a consensus amongst political parties and civil society that the forthcoming elections will not be fair, free, and transparent. The country needs democracy. The people want democracy. And in democracy alone can we deal with the issues that confront our nation and are threatening to destabilize it.
How long will this interim setup last till elections? When will elections be held?
I understood that election date has already been announced for January 9th. So it should just be till January 9th.
And are you confident that all political parties will agree to all your demands or the demands that have been put on the table?
Oh, let me clarify that this is our thought. And we are having conversations with other political parties to see what their thoughts are. And we want to see what can emerge from these thoughts. So it's a position which is still for discussion and conversation. But the issue before us is how do we move forward to have an election under a government that does not rig and gives confidence to all the players that it will not be partisan. So this is our thought, but it's a thought we are willing to discuss with others and also to listen to what they have to say.
Have you got a positive response from them, an initial positive response?
I think the important thing is for everybody to gather first for a cup of tea and discuss it further. It's very difficult to have just a bilateral one-to-one. I'm always in favor of group meetings where issues can be really thrashed out properly. Although I have spoken to different political leaders, including Mr. Nawaz Sharif, and discussed this and other ideas with them. But the first thing is to just have a conversation and see where we are. Are we reading from the same page? Would we like to, we are all working for democracy, would we like to walk the same path? Would we want to walk jointly or side by side? These are the things we really need to look at.
My last question. You have recently said that General Musharraf or the person Musharraf is not acceptable. What kind of response have you got from the Americans to your new stance?
I'm sure you've seen the American statements in the papers that they would like General Musharraf to take some steps. For example, to lift emergency and to retire as Chief of Army Staff.
Are they willing to let go of the person Musharraf, you think?
I have not got that impression from the press yet. I think that they still feel that he is an ally, but they want to see him move towards democracy, and they think the suspension of the constitution was a bad decision.